Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing The Borgia Bride by Jeanne Kalogridis. In The Borgia Bride by Jeanne Kalogridis, Sancha of Aragon arrives in Rome newly married to a member of the notorious Borgia family. Sancha earns the respect of the beautiful but deceitful Lucrezia Borgia, and also finds herself falling in love with the ambitious Cesare Borgia. Sancha is quickly wrapped in a web of betrayal and politics, and she has to use her own cunning to outwit the Borgias at their own game. So I have previously read one other book by Jeanne Kalogridis, The Scarlet Contessa, and that was focused on Caterina Sforza. And yeah, Jeanne Kalogridis, her specialty, kind of what I've seen from her mostly, she likes to focus on the Italian Renaissance, primarily right there, you know, in the era of the Borgias, if you will. And yeah, I loved The Scarlet Contessa, and that book, my love of that book, it made me immediately want to try out some more of Jeanne Kalogridis. So yeah, I finally got my hands on The Borgia Bride, and though I did not like this book as much as The Scarlet Contessa, this was still a really amazing book. I think some of my problems with this book, which The Scarlet Contessa did not have, this book verged a bit into melodrama, if you will. It got very melodramatic, just certain things that were kind of happening, and sometimes I just found myself kind of being like, is this for real, you know? And then, yeah, Sancha of Aragon, her relationship with Cesare Borgia, even though it was pretty hot and steamy, I'm not gonna lie, the thing is, I sort of had a bit of trouble buying into it, because it happens very, very quickly. Sancha, she's married to Cesare's youngest brother, Joffrey. And yeah, they arrive in Rome, and Sancha and Cesare, they kind of just latch eyes with one another. There's some insta-love there. Yeah, it's all pretty crazy and intense, but sexy at the same time, and melodramatic, and yeah, kind of, like I said, I kind of didn't really buy it at first, you know, how quickly they fell in love with one another. But I think Sancha and Cesare, they get together very rapidly, I think mostly for the sole purpose that the author, Jeanne Kalogridis, she has to get through a lot in this novel. There is so much that happens in this novel. It's a bit ridiculous. Just so many plot lines and characters that are introduced. So yeah, I think the Cesare and Sancha romance had to get going fairly quickly in order to get through the next event, you know. But yeah, other than the few itty-bitty problems that I had with this novel, for the most part, I really loved it. It was thoroughly enjoyable from start to finish. And I am a sucker for all things Borgias, because the Borgia family, they were just some really wacky people. That's the tamest way to talk about the family. They were pretty wacky and notorious, and sometimes the rumors that you hear about them, it's like, is that for real, or was that just propaganda back in the day? And what I in particular loved about this book, because a lot of times when I do read Borgia historical fiction, the Borgias themselves are very heavily involved in the novel. So yeah, what I liked about this novel, I liked that it was very heavily focused on Sancha of Aragon, because Sancha is often kind of just listed as the wife of Joffrey Borgia, and that's kind of it. That's all history kind of jots her down as. So it was really refreshing just to kind of read from a different perspective, you know, from a perspective of somebody who history kind of often ignores, but she's very, very close to the Borgia family and most likely saw a lot of crazy things. And Sancha just has such an incredible story to tell, I think. I'm not quite sure how much of this is historically accurate or not, but yeah, the novel opens up with her as a little girl, and yeah, all of the drama with her own family. I mean, you could write a whole nother novel about just her family alone, because they were some crazy people as well. And yeah, I loved Sancha as a character. I especially loved her relationship with her brother. That was perhaps the highlight of this novel, I think. The biggest, most important relationship in her life. And what I also enjoyed about Sancha as a character, just how very proactive she was, I guess, because it kind of reaches this boiling point in the novel where things are just really getting hectic and crazy. People are just getting murdered left and right. There's just so much betrayal and politics and court intrigue and whatnot. And Sancha, even though she feels incredibly doomed and lonely in Rome, kind of being trapped with the Borgias, it's like she still tries to take control of her fate and her life and tries to outwit and outplay the Borgias at their own game. So overall, I freaking love this book. Yeah guys, what else can I say? I loved it. I loved seeing Sancha of Aragon as the main protagonist. It's like the only other thing I've kind of seen her where she had a bit more of a larger role was like on the TV series The Borgias with Jeremy Irons. And who was she played by in the TV series, you guys? I can't think of the actress's name, but I really liked Sancha on the Borgia's TV show, and I was kind of disappointed that she was only in the first season. So yeah, it was really nice to have a whole book with her, since the TV series kind of just cut her out pretty much. And Jeanne Kalogridis, like I said, this is my second book from her, and I just really enjoy her writing. And yeah, she's kind of like Philippa Gregory. You know, Philippa Gregory is all about the Tudor dynasty, and Jeanne Kalogridis, her primary focus, it does seem, is the Italian Renaissance for the most part. So yeah, I do need to definitely pick up some more Jeanne Kalogridis. This is 2 books in a row that I've really enjoyed. So I definitely recommend this book if you like historical fiction, like I do. If you love the Borgia family, definitely pick this up. So you guys, in the comments below, I would love to hear if you guys have read this novel or do you plan on reading it in the future. Just let me know. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.